Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Tanks, and welcome back today to another 3 marking video. I mean, this time I have actually got the 3 marks on the tank. So today this is just more going to be me talking about how to 3 mark the 277. To say that I've done it, and also how just give you guys some tips on how you can also do it, and what it's going to take to 3 mark this tank in particular. If you do want to learn a massive amount about this tank, then I have done a tank review on it. I will leave the link in the description, so simply head through to that. That will show you the stats, everything like that. And also there is an ace tanker gameplay on the end of that video as well, so if you want to see an ace tanker, go have a look at that. This isn't an ace tanker, this isn't an amazing game. I just like to point that out now. This is just purely just to show off the 3 marks, really. Yes, I'm basically showing off. No, I really don't care. So the Object 277, very briefly, like I said, if you want to know more, go look at my tank review on the vehicle. It's a tier 10 Russian heavy tank. Although heavy is probably in inverted commas, it's one of the tanks that I absolutely love in that playstyle between mediums and heavies. It's really quick, and it has a good gun, and it has decent armor that can fight pretty well. So, what are we doing in this game? I'm obviously in the 277. I've been matched up against a mouse, which is always nice. However, the mouse has gone straight through the middle of the map on Prohorovka. So, you know, and I can't believe that one bounced. Anyway, we're going to stop playing with that mouse. He's pretty much dead, and we're going to end up going up the hill. Now, onto the actual 3 mark of this tank. Obviously, this was played before I 3 marked it. The 3 mark threshold for this tank, roughly, at the time of recording this video, is between about 4.6 and 5k damage. You need to be doing roughly that per game, every game for 100 games, and that will roughly get you your 3 marks. So it's not overly easy. It's, if any of you were watching my, I streamed a couple of times when trying to do this, and you'll know how annoyed I was getting. So it does happen. Obviously, if you're a very good player, much better than me, you can probably do it with a lot less hassle. But that's kind of what you're aiming for. Now, for people who are not that familiar with marks of excellence, what do you need to do? For your first mark of excellence, you need to have done more damage, average damage, and assisted damage. Although I'll put a little caveat on that in just a second. Over the last 100 games by more than 65% of players who have played that tank. So your average damage and average assisted has to add up to more than 65% of players over 100 games. I think it's in the last however many days. So, yeah, you've got to play pretty well. To get 2 marks, that is same, what's it called? Same parameters, just you need to be better than 85% of players, and for 3 marks you need to be better than 95% of players. You need to be at the tippy top of your game. And yeah, it's pretty difficult, but you can do it. It's obviously more of an end game thing in World of Tanks. It's can we just appreciate as well, I just bounced the heat round from a Jaeger, which is always nice. It's something that you're probably going to be doing after you've unlocked all of the tanks. You've researched all of the tanks, you've got ace tankers in all of the tanks, then people try and go for 3 marks. Obviously you do get some along the way, and I've not quite researched all the tanks yet, but I'm trying to get some 3 marks along the way now, because I enjoy playing certain tanks, for example the 277. Now, back to the game, what's been happening so far. I'm just going to pause it a second. Took the hill, and this was actually a really weird game. First things first, we got hit by double artillery over here whilst trying to shoot the mouse that was going through the middle of the map. Very interesting. We've got 2 enemy T-100s doing the exact same spot. again, quite interesting. And triple RT. I basically decided, screw this, I'm coming off the hill, I'm coming down to here. Yes, I've been roughed up a bit for it, only on 128 hit points with no ammo rack, no driver, and no repair kit or first aid kit for the next 30 seconds. However, 1400 damage, ain't that special, but I've done 3800 spotting. And that is one of my biggest tips for getting 3 marks on a tank. You can see my tank right now, I haven't actually got full view range. When I was trying to 3 mark this tank, I had, I think, 460 meters view range, 450, 460. Because it's something that you shouldn't underestimate, is spotting tanks. Even like that E3, for example, even if I wasn't trying to do spot in this game, was just trying to shoot that E3, I just got 353 damage. That's almost a shot. And obviously spotting is, to a certain sense, can't believe that shot missed. In a certain sense, unlimited. It's not unlimited because obviously there's so much HP in the game. But you can, especially if there's like triple RT, you could spot one thing. Oh god, there's that Jaeger. I'm on a lot of health. Again, I'm quite disappointed that bounced. I feel like this game I should have been up to a lot more damage than I was. But hey ho, we're going to shoot and ram RT, because why not? And then turn around, Max, turn around. No, that's my own artillery just stunned me. Fortunately, my own artillery just tracked the Jaeger. Oh god, he's going to squeeze me out. Can I get down by the map border before he turns? Yes, can. He should have kept reversing as he was then, not let me pass, but it's done anyway. It's done. And that's pretty much all she wrote for that game, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's all I do. But yeah, back to 3 marking. Spotting damage, as you saw in this game, I would never have done an extra 4,500 damage on top of this. 3.3k is not too bad. It's probably the average of what I'd like to do in my 277, which isn't too bad. But then you add on to that the 4.5k, and that takes me up to an 8k combined game, which when you think of marks of excellence, that's 3k above what you need to do, which means that the next game, if you did 2k, you'd still be on for 3 marks. You don't want to, because then it drops down again, but you would still be on for 3 marks, because between the 2 games, they average 5k. So it's not too bad. That also counts with tracking as well. You really, if you're in a heavy tank, it's easier to do tracking than it is to do spotting. In a medium tank, spotting's slightly easier. But if you've got a shot at the drive wheel of a tank, and you've got 5 tanks behind you who are just about to shoot him, even if you know you can pen him, but you can't take his tracks off. If you take his tracks off, and then the 5 guys behind you shoot him and kill him, say he's a 277 for example, if you shoot him, and you're in a 277, you do 490 damage. If you take his tracks off, and 5 other people shoot him, they're probably going to do about 2k. Which would you prefer with 1 shot towards your mark of excellence? Sometimes you've got to think about that and actually think, yes, I could do the damage, but in terms of marks of excellence, should I be greedy and do the damage? Or should I think it through sensibly, take the tracks off, and get all of that spotting and assisted? And yeah, that's how you mark of excellence. I'm not gonna go into it too much. Oh, one thing I said I was going to add a caveat to spotting and tracking. With spotting and tracking, it only actually includes your highest value of the two. Of spotting and tracking. So say, for example, I did 4,500 assisted on my damage counter. That's all well and good. But if 2,000 of that was tracking, and 2,500 of that was spotting, I would only actually get 2,500 towards my mark of excellence. So this game would have been 3,300 plus 2,500. So what's that as 4,000? 6,000 as opposed to the 8,000. So there's something you have got to keep an eye on. But obviously, if you're doing more spotting and tracking at the same time, it's still all good. Because as long as you're still doing damage, you're still going to be pushing those numbers up. That's all I am going to do for today's video, guys. I'm not actually going to do post-game stats because pretty much you can see everything just here. I think it was a first class, not an ace. 3,360 damage, 4,503 assisted, and I think all of that was spotting, so that would have all counted towards my mark of excellence. And the 3 marks, oh, I can't adjust the camera properly, but you can see the 3 marks just there. Just show off one more time. And yeah, that's all I've got time for today. An update on my secret project for any of those of you who are interested. I'm nearly there now. Got a couple, about a minute's worth of video to actually make, which isn't too bad out of the 3 that it started off as, and obviously all of the audio's done, so it should hopefully be released next week. When I do release the video, guys, make sure you share the absolute shit out of it, because I want this thing to be big in the Water Tanks community. Whether it is or not, I'm not really sure. But other than that, thank you all so much for watching, guys. I hope this video has either been helpful or you have enjoyed it, enjoyed the gameplay in the background, and thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.